And Young Buzz. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the life of one of Twice's brightest stars, Sana. She's not just the bubbly, captivating performer you see on stage. There's so much more to her story and personality that makes her truly unique. If you're an once or just curious about what makes Sana so special, stick around because we'll explore fun facts, personal quirks, and even some surprising details that you might not have known. And of course, I want to hear your thoughts along the way, so don't forget to jump into the comments. Let's start with the basics. Sana was born on December 29, 1996, in Tennoji-ku, Osaka, Japan. Yes, our beloved Sana is Japanese, and as a Capricorn, she's said to be hardworking and determined, traits you can definitely see in her career journey. Here's a cool tidbit. Sana was actually cast by JYP Entertainment while she was just out shopping with friends. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. Sometimes, life's biggest changes happen when you least expect them. Have you ever had a moment like that? One of the things I find really endearing about Sana is that she's an only child. That might explain some of her playful independence, but also her deep bonds with her Twice members, who often feel like family. Sana's specialty is calligraphy, which she learned in primary school. Isn't that fascinating? Calligraphy is such a delicate and artistic skill, and it shows a more traditional, patient side of her that you might not notice during her energetic performances. Speaking of energy, Sana is known to be pretty clumsy, which I honestly love because it makes her so relatable. I mean, who doesn't have those moments? She's also very optimistic, which really shines through in how she handles challenges. That optimistic spirit is part of what makes her so lovable to fans worldwide. What's your favorite Sana moment that shows her optimistic or funny side? Now let's talk about some of her quirks and preferences. These details always make idols feel more human. Sana loves collecting perfumes and body mists, so you could say she's got a thing for smelling great. On the flip side, she's afraid of thunder, which is pretty cute. Also, despite loving spicy foods, she can't eat eggplants or beans. And pollen allergies? That must be tough, especially during springtime. If you have any allergies or food dislikes, share them below. Let's see how many of us have something in common with Sana. When it comes to relaxation, Sana enjoys being in her bed the most, and she stretches a lot while lying down. I don't know about you, but that sounds like the perfect way to unwind after a long day. Have you ever just stretched endlessly in bed to relax? Let me know your go-to way to chill out. Her favorite colors include purple, pink, white, black, and beige, though interestingly, she doesn't like purple clothing, even though purple is her representative color. That's a quirky contradiction. It's like having a favorite flavor but not liking the actual food. Funny how that works. What's your favorite color, and do you ever have weird contradictions about it? Sana is also a big fan of Japanese movies like A Liter of Tears, which she says made her cry a lot. She also enjoys horror movies, and she's the type who screams while watching but keeps going. I find that so entertaining because it shows she's brave enough to face her fears, even while reacting to them. Are you into horror movies? Would you be like Sana, screaming and watching? Or would you turn off the movie right away? On the friendship front, Sana is close with G-Friends Eunha and ONF's Yu, both connections from her Osaka roots and training days. It's always heartwarming to see idols maintain bonds from for their big debut, reminding us that their journey is full of real friendships. What idol friendships do you find the most interesting or inspiring? You might also be surprised to learn Sana was in GOT7's A music video and Junho's Japanese MVs Feel and Candy. Cameos like these show how interconnected JYP artists can be and give fans fun Easter eggs to discover. Have you caught any other idol cameos in your favorite group's videos? When it comes to confidence, Sana is proudest of her pupils. Yes, her eyes. And who can blame her? Those expressive eyes add so much charm and personality to her performances and variety show appearances. Speaking of charm, Sana's specialty is untangling knots, an oddly specific skill that's both practical and kind of adorable. Maybe that's why she's so good at handling tricky situations gracefully on stage. There was also a funny incident where she got burned by a hot doenjang jjigae bowl when eating out with Momo and Mina, leaving her with a scar. It's those little mishaps that remind us idols have everyday experiences too. Have you ever had a food mishap like that? Share your stories. In terms of recognition, Sana was ranked 21st in the 100 Most Beautiful Faces of 2017 and 46th in 2018. But again, like Tsuyu, Sana seems to prefer being appreciated for her personality and talent rather than just her looks. I really admire idols who focus on substance over surface. What qualities do you value most in your favorite idols? Sana's role has extended beyond just being a performer. She was the MC for the Idol Star Athletics Championship 2019 New Year special, showing her versatility and charm as a host. Hosting can be nerve-wracking, so props to her for pulling it off so well. In the dorm life, she used to share the biggest room with Jihyo, Nayeon, and Mina. Imagine the conversations and late-night bonding in that room. Dorm life stories always give us a peek into idols' genuine relationships. What's your favorite dorm life anecdote from Twice? Lastly, Sana's ideal type is quite thoughtful. Someone who treats his parents well, works hard in his career, and is professional. It shows how much she values respect, dedication, and maturity in a partner, qualities that go beyond surface-level attraction. Do you think idols' ideal types influence how fans imagine their love lives? Alright, so far we've unpacked so much about Sana's background, personality, and fun facts. What surprised you the most? Which Sana fact made you smile or feel closer to her? Drop your answers below because I love reading your thoughts and stories. In the next part, we'll dive into some of Sana's most iconic performances, her unique stage presence, and how she contributes to Twice's success. Plus, I'll share my personal opinions on what makes Sana stand out in the K-pop scene today. Stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Picking up right where we left off, let's talk about Sana's stage presence. Because honestly, it's something else. When she's on stage, she lights it up with this infectious energy and smile that just draws you in. You can tell she genuinely loves performing, and that passion translates through every move and expression. Her dance style is so smooth, but also playful, which fits perfectly with Twice's bright and catchy songs. What's your favorite Sana performance? Is it Cheer Up with that iconic wink? Or maybe Signal, where she shows off that effortless charm? Sana's ability to connect with fans during live shows is another thing that stands out to me. She has this warmth and sincerity that make you feel seen, even through a screen. It's not just about being the visual or the dancer, it's about the genuine moments she shares. I remember one fan meeting where she comforted a fan who was nervous about speaking in Korean, showing how caring she really is. Have you ever had a special moment like that with your bias? I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Another aspect I want to highlight is how Sana contributes to Twice's group dynamic. Twice is famous for having such diverse personalities, and Sana brings a unique blend of humor, positivity, and sincerity. She's known to be optimistic and cheerful, but also down to earth and real. I think that balance helps the group stay grounded and close-knit. Which member's personality do you think best complements Sana's vibe? Now let's get into some interesting behind-the-scenes stories. For example, Sana's clumsiness has led to some hilarious moments during practice and filming. There was that time she accidentally tripped over her own feet during choreography, but she quickly recovered with a big smile, turning it into a cute moment instead of embarrassment. It reminds me that perfection isn't everything. It's how you handle those little slips that counts. Have you ever had a moment where you messed up, but saved it with a smile? On a more personal note, Sana's love for perfumes and body mists tells us about her attention to detail and self-care. It's something many of us can relate to, having that favorite scent that boosts your confidence or just makes you feel good. Do you have a signature scent or something you always carry with you for comfort? Let's also talk about her Japanese roots and how that shapes her identity within Twice. Being Japanese in a predominantly Korean group must come with its challenges, but Sana embraces her culture while blending seamlessly with her members. She often shares glimpses of her hometown Osaka and even picks up on Korean language nuances, which is impressive. How important do you think cultural diversity is in K-pop groups today? Does it make the music and fandom experience richer? I want to touch on Sana's friendships as well because those connections mean so much in the idol world. Her close bond with Gi-friends Unha and ONF's Yu shows how shared backgrounds and experiences create lasting friendships despite busy schedules and fame. It's comforting to know that even stars need close friends who understand their journey. Which idol friendships do you find most inspiring? When Sana took on the role of MC at the Idol Star Athletics Championship, she showed off her charm and professionalism in a new light. Hosting live events can be nerve-wracking, but she handled it gracefully, proving she's more than just a performer. Have you seen idols step out of their comfort zones like that and surprised you? Her ideal type, someone who respects parents, works hard, and is professional, really reflects her values. It's refreshing to hear about idols looking for depth and sincerity in relationships, not just surface traits. Do you think fans sometimes overlook these aspects when imagining their idols' love lives? Before we finish, I want to ask you, what's your favorite Sana moment, on or off stage? Is it her funny clumsiness, her touching fan interactions, or maybe her unforgettable smile? Share your stories and feelings about Sana in the comments. I read all of them and love how vibrant this community is. Also, if you're enjoying this deep dive into Sana's world, hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss the upcoming videos where we explore more about your favorite idols. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and as always, annyeong!